Hey guys, how's it going? It's 101 Smith and we are back yet again. This time we're going to be taking a look at the legendary Guntank. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm not particularly the biggest UC enthusiast that you've seen on YouTube. Now, before you all get mad, let me explain. It's not that I'm not a fan of UC, it's just more how I've grown up. A lot of my Gundam fanfare growing up was Wing, C, G, Double O. I do happen to like a lot of Universal Century though, my favorite series being Zeta, 8th MS Team, and Unicorn. So getting a chance and trying to update my palette to be a little bit more diverse in my review patterns is something I'm trying to fix going into the next year, and I gotta thank Canadian Gundam for this. If you guys want to go check them out, you should. This review would not be possible without them. Give them a big shout out. $10 flat rate shipping anywhere in North America, and free shipping of anything over $300. So please give them a shout out and say that Reggie sent you here. Now, the Guntank, one of the 3 legendary machines to come off of White Base, and notably piloted by Hayato, who, let's just say he was a little shoddy. And I'm actually pretty excited about reviewing this as well, because as much as I love Gundams, they do get a little bit repetitive over time, and you know, I want something a little different every now and then to shake things up a little bit. We're dealing with a humanoid tank. I don't know how much different we can get outside of a Baku. So this is the point where I usually have the box in front of me, but I lost that file in transitioning in between laptops, so no box, but here's what the box would look like. So we're just gonna go straight into it, so here we go. The Guntank is definitely one of the more simpler designs that you will see out of this meta franchise. It's very straight to the point, a 2.0, all the accurate colors are represented. Though a few color apps are missing, like in the cockpit, there should be some gray inner frame, but you're more implied to do it on your own. But everything else is appears as it does in the anime, despite the anime's inconsistency with on modeling. But otherwise, this is a great looking 2.0, far better than the 1.0, and can go pretty well with a Gundam and a Guntank. So while it looks good, let's go take a look at some of its articulation. Starting off the head, not really a lot of movement, not even a full 180 or 360, but decent enough. It's a tank. The arms are where most of the action is at, because the shoulders are connected straight through, and you're gonna get 360 rotation, and almost as if the shoulder and the arms are somewhat inseparable from each other. And you're going to be able to get a bend on the knee, but no hand movements, because the hands are essentially rockets. And this is really one of the less posable kits, but because you guys got to remember, this is a tank. It's not really going to get any more than this. So articulation is going to be disappointing, but you kind of need to know what you're going into. It's just not even upper torso. It's just arms, head, cannons. Simple. Get clean. So, what are we dealing with in terms of accessories? Nothing. Zero. Nada. Go home. That's it. This is how it is. This is just a Guntank. Review's over, folks. Come subscribe and welcome to the channel. See ya. Okay, I'm being a little fictitious here. There are a few little bits of accessories, but nothing much to talk about. Let's go over that. Not only do you get a Guntank, but you do get a core fighter, and the core fighter is essentially a copy of the 2.0 RX-78. It's a cool looking ship, don't get me wrong, but I would have wished that we could have gotten a core block option. Although I don't remember the Guntank using the core block in the anime, so it might have been accurate. I just would prefer a core block option. The biggest accessories are the cannons, because of course this is a tank. One of the cool things about the cannons on top of the Guntank are they are posable and have a little bit of a spring-loaded action. Not only that, but the hands themselves have like a bit of a swivel. If you guys remember the Delta Megazord from Power Rangers in Space, the hands essentially were Gatling guns, and they have like a system where 2 go in, 2 go out. You can make it almost automated. It's pretty cool, but wish was more automatic than it actually is. The awesome thing about the cannons are that you can use some type of support on top of the chest to mount the cannons on top of. It's not exactly practical in that it connects to something, it's just it holds it up and it works pretty well. Get a lot of movement with the cannons as well, and definitely try to get a lot more accurate shooting poses. Personally, this is my favorite part of the accessory parts of the Guntank itself. Last but not least, it is a tank and can, or is supposed to roll like a tank. However, I just seem to struggle. Similar to the problems that I have with the Master Grade Heavy Arms. You guys remember that chain link that it had to that canister? It keeps falling off every single time. No matter how hard I try to replace it, I think this might not be a problem if I were to have painted it, but it keeps falling apart and making the tank option part of this model kit very frustrating, to say the least. The final part is supposed to be able to open up the hatches, so if the gun tank is on the ground, it can kind of anchor itself down so it can handle the recoil of its guns and cannons, which is a really cool idea. However, I kind of don't see how this works, but it's a cool little thing to think of everything in a practicality, and it's also very anime accurate. One last accessory I would forget to add is the fact that it's supposed to have an LED in it too for the green light. So here we are at the end of the review, and I gotta say, the Guntank, if I'm being quite honest, is a little underwhelming. But that's because of what it is. It's a tank, a somewhat humanoid tank. This would be like if the Zaku tank was a real thing. You gotta know what you're coming in, what you're expecting when you go into this review, or just getting into this model kit in general. It's a tank. I thoroughly enjoyed the build. It was something very different. It kind of gave me Tall Geese vibes. It was just kind of relieving as a builder to build something that isn't quite humanoid, but is familiar. It was very intricate, and I enjoyed the building process. Not a lot of accessories, which can be very disappointing for those who look for a lot of accessories in Gundam kits. This is a model kit that is essentially, it is what it is, and you kind of need to know that going in. I wish that the actual tank part of the link with the chain would actually work. It was very frustrating and just did not work for me. Again, I don't think it would be a problem if I painted it, but for a straight builder, this could be a problem, and could be very frustrating and make you not want to pose the Guntank. But definitely with the RX-78 on its side, and eventually if I were to get a gun cannon, I would be able to complete my white base collection, and I would be very proud of a Gundam fan to be able to have that. Just want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving, be with all your loved ones. I hope you get the model kits that you're looking for on Black Friday or Cyber Sunday, and I will see you later. Peace.